Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Happy March. It is your girl's birthday month, so we are celebrating heavy all month. It is also Women's Month. I believe today is Women's Day. So we're going to start off by saying Happy International Women's Day. Yes, ma'am. I mean, it's Women's Day, like every day. But, if we're going to have a day to celebrate, today's going to be the day, and this is going to be the month that we're going to do that. So with that being said, let's get into this episode. This episode right here, like I said, has been just on my mind. This topic has just been on my mind heavy, and it's about rushing. Like, why are you in a rush? My theme song ever since it's dropped by Dina and Gunna has been No Rush. Ain't no rush, ain't no rush, ain't no rush, yeah. Ain't no rush. And honestly, one of my favorite lines in there, she goes, the journey is gorgeous. What? Like, I don't know. But honestly, I catch myself being in this go-getter, highly ambitious, always trying to get something going, trying to get motion, trying to be on the go. What is the next goal? Like, I'm always in this mode. And I'm grateful, but sometimes I'm like, bro, I don't want to say too much because that's not what it is. But it's like, are you just working because that's all you've been taught to do? Like in school, we're taught to do work more than we are taught to think, And it's like, why do I always feel the need to be doing something, to be hard working when that's not even something the people at the top are doing? On a real note, if you look and pay attention to top of the top birds, they're not working their ass off when they're at the top. Listen, and I don't want you to get it twisted, because you need to go through phases where you are working hard. Like, that is a non-negotiable, non-debatable, but you also have to catch yourself if you are just doing the work to say that you're doing the work and to say that you're in grind mode and like, bro, let's take a step back real quick and see, are we doing busy work? Because again, that's all we've been taught. Whether you're at a job, like you're supposed to always look like you're busy. When you're in school, you sometimes you just write a note. Even when you're watching a movie, they want you to be, taking notes on the movie. You can't never just be watching, enjoying. And I think that has got us into a worker bee mentality. And if you've seen the Bee movie where he's like, oh, so you're just going to work us to death? And she's like, and we're sure try. What? Like, work is not always productive. Honestly, like if you are on the verge of being burnt out, or if your body, your mind, your soul, and everything is telling you, bro, I just need a second, take that second. Take that second. It's okay. It's okay. The world's still gonna spin. And honestly, let's talk about it, because sometimes that is the problem for you in your mind, no? The world is still gonna spin. You're gonna feel behind. But that comes down to having faith in yourself and a higher power. Like, what is for you is for you. Yes, you have to do your part. Like, let me just clear this up because I'm not gonna go back and forth this whole episode. Let me just clear this up. Yes, you need to be working. Yes. So what I'm saying, like, you need to rest, you need to take it chill. This does not mean you just need to make the vision board and look at it all year. This does not mean you just need to be scrolling on motivational TikTok, motivational Instagram, and reposting and being like, yep, that's for me. Confirmation, I'm manifesting. It's great to consume that type of content. It is, but that is not what actually brings it in. The work and the action does. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But I saw this quote, or I was reading something, and it was like, ambition can also be your downfall if you let it. If you are constantly pushing yourself to the point where you have no rest, no breaks, nothing, you're not enjoying a day, you're not enjoying it. You're just prolonging your happiness until you get to this goal. Similar to what we talked about in the last episode. Is that really working for you? Is that really like something that you could do for a long period of time? No, you're human. And so again, I want to go back into what we were talking about before that. Now that we have that cleared, again, I'm not just saying don't work. That is not what this episode is about, but I'm also saying rest is productive. Rest is productive, and to not always be rushing, to not always have to be doing something, because I feel like that does come from lack of faith in yourself, lack of faith in a higher power, not believing in yourself and your abilities. you know, like, and sometimes you're just rushing and just doing, and you're not, like, again, you need to be working smarter, not harder. We're just always taught to work. And that's kind of where I've been right now. I have just been in this state where I'm like, okay, 2 months went by. Just crazy to say. 2 months are down. What have I learned? Like, let's take a second and reflect. What have I learned? All right, I know consistency and me showing up on social media, I've seen a growth. I've seen an impact. You know, starting a podcast has really boosted my confidence to the point where I'm like, when I say something, I do it. And so I'm like, okay, I learned that. I learned that I can be consistent with it on that as well while still juggling other things. And so with that being said, like, I'm looking back at the whole month as a whole and I'm like, okay, what are some struggles still? I'm like, okay, I feel like I am working, but is what I'm doing the most productive thing? Or is it me just doing it because I'm afraid that if I don't do something, I'm going to end up in the same place as last year? But yeah, we are in March. We are officially in March 2026. This is my last like 20 something days. It's probably in the teens now, especially when you guys are hearing this, that I'm 22 years old. Like, guys, like, we are really growing up. Like, chat, this is getting serious. And again, I don't want to make this my 23rd birthday podcast because I want that to be specific and I want that to be intentional. But I always get really reflective around my birthday for a number of reasons. But like, I realize I've almost been just grinding straight for a decade. And a lot of it, I'm very proud of my growth. I'm very happy with the individual that I've become, the woman that I've grown into. I'm really happy and I'm proud of her, genuinely. And I've always had this just go-getter in me. Like, I've had this just ambition just pumping through my blood. And it's like, I've really realized how great of a gift that is, but at the same time, it could be unhealthy to the point where it's like you're running from something, you know? And that's what I'm starting to realize, like, oh, are you trying to constantly fill your life with work to like avoid yourself? Like, these are questions you kind of have to like get deep with, you know? And so I've really just realized how much we are in a rush all the time. Like, bro, like, I've been seeing so many signs to just slow down and to be present. And so I want to bring this up to you guys. I hope that this is landing. Every time, like, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm just speaking, I watch it back and I'm like, you know what? You actually had a point there. Wait a minute. But yeah, I've realized, you know, ever since I've been like 13, 14, almost a decade, I've just been rushing to get to the next goal, trying to get to the best version of me, trying to make the most money, trying to get the best car, trying to get the house, trying to be the best investor, I've always been like on this go. And I'm like, how sustainable is that? Is that the healthiest option that can be? And, you know, for a while it was. I feel like, honestly, that was really needed for a time in my life. But as I'm entering 23 and as someone who is just honestly tired of just like an unhealthy amount of working, to the point where I'm like, okay, is this healthy? Because rest is really actually productive. But yeah, like, I think society doesn't push it on purpose because, you know, how great would your Chick-fil-A line move if everyone was like, let's just take our time, you know? Like, even in traffic, bro, I feel like we're always rushing. We're always rushing to get somewhere. We're always like when do we do our task really calm and really slow? Like, in traffic, you're just trying to get there. You know, you're always speeding and stuff like that. And sometimes you don't even have to be there at a certain time. You're just trying to get there quick, you know, or even trying to get ready or get out the house or get out the door, or just like going through all of our things, like making food, eating. Like, sometimes you don't even realize how fast you're eating. Sometimes you don't realize, like, we're just always in this rush. Our cortisol levels are just shot. And society does not like push, slow down, take it easy. It's okay. You know, like, we don't push that. And I want to say is that rest is productive. Like, actually taking a second so you can show it better is productive than just constantly like pushing yourself to burnout. But yeah, like rushing, that if like I slowed down, something would happen. Like, I feel like sometimes we feel like we can't slow down, because if I slow down, then all this work that I've been putting in is for nothing, because the thing that I've been working towards is just gonna poof, disappear and not be mine anymore. Babe, like everything that you put into, everything that you're putting in matters. Everything that you're putting in has this snowball effect. You can't always see it, but trust that what you've been doing has been building into either character development or the actual thing you just can't see yet. Another thing with rushing that I've realized is there's a need for control. I feel like you're rushing because you believe that if I rush and I get all this done, then I can control my outcome. I can control what happens to me. And again, like as I said, it's an emotion. It's an emotional response. Again, a lot of it can be out of fear, or it's just, you're just working because you want to be in control. You want to be in control of your future because you also fear that you might not be free. Like, a lot of us work for money, not for a dollar amount. It's because we want to be free. We want to have freedom. That is why we are working, and so rushing and control can kind of tie into that feeling as well. I believe that when we rush, we don't believe in the timing. We don't believe in divine timing. We don't believe in God's timing. We just don't believe we believe that we're supposed to have it right now. In fact, yesterday. We don't even believe it's right now. We believe we're supposed to have it yesterday. And so that is what that rushing response is like, no, I need it now. And it kind of ties into what we were talking about last episode of, when I have this, then I'll be happy. When I have this, then I can stop rushing. Then I can finally take a break. But you can take that break now. You can take a second for yourself now. You can just relax. When was the last time you actually took a deep breath? And I'm not saying this to say it, bro, breathing exercises make a difference. They help. A lot of people, when they're rushing, they don't trust that what is meant for them will still be for them if they take a second. They believe that it will miss them if they just let themselves relax. That doesn't make sense, because, what you want is the best for you. And also what is the best for you is the journey. Like I said in the beginning with the song No Rush, why would I rush if the journey is gorgeous? We are living life every single day. It can feel like a lot at sometimes, but at the same time, we are living life. This is it. This is the experience. 24 hours every single day. This is it. We're in it. We're in it deep. And so us rushing is just us wishing time away. Sometimes things just take time. Just because you want a baby in 1 month does not mean that it's not going to take the 9 months for that baby. Things take a certain amount of time. And honestly, the bigger the things that you want are, usually the longer it takes. An elephant is pregnant, I think, for, I want to say close to 2 years. I could be wrong. Please do not fact check. You know what? Hold on. Yeah, bruh. 18 to 22 months. An elephant takes 18 to 22 months? Because that's a big animal. That thing is big. That's two babies. Bam, bam could be born back to back before an elephant is born. Because it takes time to develop. Yeah. So your dreams and your goals, your life takes time to develop. Develop. And honestly, I can say confidently that if I would have got everything when I wanted it, I would have fumbled it. I would have not known how to take care of it. Everything happens for a reason. You have to trust that, you have to believe that. And so rushing is trying to have control of the time that it takes and not believing in yourself and not having faith in yourself that you can do it and that everything is working out in your favor and everything is taking its time. Another thing that I want to talk about, and it's actually something I've been dealing with because like I said, I can preach this all day long, but it's still even something that I'm struggling with and I'm constantly taking action to work on. But this topic is all about your nervous system. I've been trying to heal my nervous system because I realized after a lot of the shit that I've been through, I haven't taken a second to be like, are you good? Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Like, we don't ask like ourselves these questions. Like, we're just in that go, 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 go. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I just gotta get here. I just gotta get here. I just gotta get here. Like, bro, calm down. Like, are you good? Like, whenever I sit up here one day and I just tell y'all my entire life story, like, y'all are gonna be like, wow, are you okay? And it's not like the most dramatic story ever, but I've just been through some shit to the point where I never took a second to breathe. And I am now seeing the repercussions of that, if that is the right word. And yeah, like, so this year for me is just all about like breathing. And it sounds so funny, but like, there was like, I've been going through like breathing issues for, I would say, I can't, like 2 years sounds crazy, but it's kind of at this point like 2 years. And I think some of it comes from a mental aspect and anxiety and stuff like that too. And it's crazy because I didn't grow up with anxiety. Like, I was never in high school. Well, maybe major anxiety because I feel like I dealt with it on some levels, but like nothing where it was like in my face anxiety. And so I was in high school, I was chilling. Like, I was never really like having a problem with talking in front of people, with like talking to the camera. Like, I was always very an outgoing person. Again, I wanted to do modeling. I was like very confident, I would say. And like, I was chilling, for real. I was chilling. Like, I honestly didn't understand and couldn't comprehend anxiety because I just didn't have it. I was like, oh, like I had empathy for it. But for me, I was just like, oh, I don't go through that, you know? It's so crazy. And so now I actually feel like I deal with anxiety on a level that's just like, I feel like I was in denial about it for some time now. And it's funny because for a point when I was like, you know, feeling better, and again, I wasn't going through my extreme hair loss anymore, and I was in these doctor's appointments and I still felt just terrible. And nothing came back in the report, like blood-wise, like blood test-wise, at least for that aspect, because I think I'm still going through something hormonally, and we can get into that as another topic for sure. But like, nothing was coming back in the test. And then they were asking like, do you have like anxiety, depression? Like, they're like, you know, like, have you like looked into this? And I was like, no, I have not. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. And I'm okay, but like, I could be doing better in the sense of like prioritizing like work-life balance. And it's like, with what I'm doing, it's like, it's not impossible, but it's like, again, you have to go through a certain level of like getting your like butt handed to you before like you're like kind of thriving. And so, you know, it's like, I'm doing the best that I can, but I'm trying to implement like not being happy, not waiting to feel better or at peace after I hit my goal. Like, I'm trying to feel that now, because a lot of the entrepreneurs and all the people I look up to, they're very zen, they're very still, they're very calm, they're very grounded, and they're not in a rush. They're not in a rush. They're chilling. They're straight chilling. Like, they're honestly just embodying peace. And a lot of them meditate. Again, you have to also study, honestly, you kind of have to study happiness and see what people that are happy, or at least putting out happy and just that good energy too, like what do they look like? What do their routines look like? You know, how do they speak to themselves? What do they consume with music, with food, like all of it. And so I've been studying that, and I'm like, okay, I've been meditating more. But yeah, like, I've just been honestly being gentle with myself. I've been being very like laid back. I've been really calm, cool, collected, you know? Because yeah, like, honestly, I was in fight or flight for so long that I think that's really what rattled me. Is like, I was talking to, honestly, AI about it. I was talking to chat about it, and I was just like, Like, why, like, do you think I feel this way? And it was like, honestly, I think you've been in surveillance mode for so long, trying to figure out what's wrong with you, what's going on, why do you feel this way and stuff like that, that your body is just in this constant worry mode, stress mode, like, again, fight or flight mode, and it's not healthy. You know, like, you need to, in the most best way, take a chill pill, honey boo. And so that's really what I've been practicing is taking that chill pill. So yeah, and then honestly, I just feel like I didn't feel like at peace or safe in my body. Like, I always felt like there was something wrong with it. I always felt like it was me, like my body against my mind. We have to get into that as a whole nother episode as a whole, but it did feel like it was like my physical versus my mental. And now I'm trying to align them again to get us to that next level. I think honestly, that is kind of where I'm finding this friction. And it's so funny because I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also figuring this shit out while I'm talking to you guys. Like, it's like low-key clicking. It's interesting. And I know it will even click on another level when I'm listening back to it. And then also, if you're going through that type of things and then you're just adding this stress factor of like, I need to get there. That's not ambition. That's survival mode disguised as productivity. And that's when I say it's not a healthy cycle, is if you are just so focused on the next thing that you haven't even processed what you've done, you know? So like, these are things that I am trying to hold myself accountable for that I just hope can help you. And I wrote down some questions that I want you to take a second and pause and ask for yourself, either if you have a notebook. Honestly, this is for my people that are constantly listening. Low key, if you are listening, I promise you a notebook at hand might be helpful. I'm not saying that I'm gonna say something every time, but having access to a notebook might make a difference. I promise you. I write down almost everything. Anything that just sticks in my mind, I'm like, yes, and I write it down. But the questions that I wrote down is, what am I afraid will happen if I slow down? Do you think that if you slow down, everything that you've worked for will be for nothing? Will go away? Like, what do you think will happen if you slow down? Who taught me that I always have to be working? Was it America? Because, yeah. Was it your parents? Was it your boss? Was it your teachers? Like, what taught you? Was it yourself? Was it yourself? Like, what taught you that you always have to be on all the time? That you always have to be in this grind mode? And the last question is, do I trust my timing, or do I think I can outwork my destiny? And the last topic or so that I want to get into before we really close out this episode is that I want you to know that slowing down does not mean you're being lazy. It does not mean you're quitting, and it does not mean that you're losing your drive or ambition. It actually is showing that you have a stronger relationship with yourself and your goals. Because like I said, if you are just working from that place of just fear and lack, like a lot of the times we're just so pushing because we need to hit this certain amount of money. We need to. It's like, bro, like, calm down, bro. And I'm talking to myself, because it's like, you are stressing over something as simple as money when the government literally just prints that shit. Going back to me turning 23, I want to not go into this year just in that like rush. I don't want to be focusing on the endpoints and the actual goals or whatever that I'm working on to the point that I don't enjoy my life. I'm 23. This is the youngest I'm ever going to be. I know I have a big life ahead of me and I'm excited for it, but this also at one point is going to be something that I look back on and value, is the time that I have right now. When you are young, you have something that other people that are older than you that may have experience or the things that you want don't have, which is more time. And to be honest, that's even a subjective thing to say, is because you don't know your last day. You really don't know your last day. So that is why it is so important to live your life. It is so important to live every single day like it is your last, because you never freaking know. And it would literally just eat me up inside if, like, again, as someone who's went through health things, bro, like, every day really is a gift. It really is. And it sounds cliche, but until you start going through something like that, and I don't wish it on anybody. I don't wish a health problem, a health concern on anybody. But when someone does go through something like that, it shapes your whole entire belief system, which is a gift. I just don't want to look back on year 23 and realize, like, you weren't present. You were just looking for tomorrow. You were just looking for 3 months from now and 6 months from now, because time is going by so fast. I'll be 24 like this. And again, I'm excited. Like, I genuinely am so proud of myself. I've come so far, but I can be more present. Like, I can be more present. I can slow my roll because time is flying. And I want to look back at 23 and be like, yeah, like, that was the year that I really, popped my shit. But at the same time, like, that's the year that I was present during every single thing. The good times, the bad times, the scary times, all of it. It's getting dark, so we're going to really have to, like, wrap up this episode because I'm over here. Daylight savings ain't changed that much. Holy heck. It was not this dark. And another thing that I wrote down, or another thing that I was thinking about, is maybe this year isn't about getting there first, isn't about getting there the fastest. It's about getting to my destination whole, present, fully there mentally and emotionally, because I don't want to get there and be a shell of myself and then wonder where the heck did I go wrong. I don't want to build a life that I had to and I have to recover from. So honestly, I think that's going to be it. It's getting dark and I don't know what the quality is going to look like at night. I hope it's good. I hope we're vibing in the dark. But yeah, this episode really has been on my mind, and it's just been a lesson that I've been needing to sit with myself, and I still have to do some of the work on it. I need to be journaling about this, and I just need to be more aware about it. But again, I hope you guys are enjoying the episodes. I appreciate every single one of my listeners. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please follow the podcast. Please leave me a comment. Thank you guys so much. I love the support. Again, I'm super happy with the podcast. I really do feel like I need this outlet, and I just appreciate every single person that has been just showing up and listening. Like, genuinely, thank you so much. I just hope that they're helping. I hope that, like, this is as fulfilling for you as it is for me. But yeah, thank you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.